Deep in the heart of a lush green jungle, there lived a very special tiger named Tinku. Unlike the other tigers, Tinku was much smaller in size, making him stand out in the crowd. While the other tigers were big and strong, Tinku's tiny frame often became the subject of jokes and teasing. But what the others didn't know was that Tinku had a heart full of courage and a mind bursting with creative ideas. This is the story of how Tinku, the tiniest tiger, showed everyone that being small can be a big advantage. Every day Tinku watched the bigger tigers run, jump, and play. They would often laugh at him, saying, "You're too small to be a real tiger." Despite their words, Tinku never let their teasing get him down. Instead, he dreamed of ways he could prove himself. He knew that strength was just about muscles. Sometimes it was about using your brain and your heart. Tinku believed that one day he would have the chance to show everyone what he was truly made of. One night, as the jungle animals settled in for sleep, dark clouds gathered overhead. Suddenly, a fierce storm swept through the trees with howling winds and pouring rain. The river that ran through the jungle began to swell and rush, turning into a dangerous torrent. The animals huddled together, worried about what the storm might bring. It was a night that would test everyone's courage and resourcefulness. As the storm raged on, a faint cry echoed through the jungle. It was a baby deer trapped near the riverbank, frightened and alone. The water was rising quickly and the little deer was in real danger. The bigger tigers rushed to the river, trying to find a way to help. But the current was too strong and none of them could cross safely. The animals watched helplessly, unsure of what to do next. Big tigers tried everything they could think of. They roared and paced along the riverbank, searching for a shallow spot to cross. But the water was wild and fast, making it impossible for even the strongest among them to reach the other side. The other animals looked on anxiously, hoping for a miracle. It seemed like there was no way to save the baby deer from the raging river. While the big tigers struggled, Tinku watched quietly from the sidelines. He noticed something the others had missed: a fallen bamboo tree lying near the riverbank. Tinku's mind began to race with ideas. He realized that with a little creativity and teamwork, they might be able to build something to help everyone cross the river safely. Tinku knew this was his moment to shine. Tinku quickly gathered some strong vines and began tying them together. He worked carefully, making sure each knot was tight and secure. The other animals watched in amazement as Tinku's plan took shape. Using the fallen bamboo and the vines, Tinku started to build a rope bridge across the river. It was a risky idea, but it was the only chance they had to save the baby deer. With the bridge nearly finished, Tinku called out to the other animals for help. The monkeys swung down from the trees to lend a hand and the birds brought extra vines. Working together, they finished the bridge just in time. Tinku's leadership and quick thinking inspired everyone to pitch in, showing that even the smallest member of the jungle could make a big difference. One by one, the animals carefully crossed the rope bridge. Tinku led the way, showing everyone that it was safe. The bridge swayed and creaked, but it held strong thanks to Tinku's careful construction. The bigger tigers followed, amazed at how well the bridge worked. Finally, the baby deer was able to cross to safety, cheered on by all the animals. As the last animal crossed the bridge, the baby deer was finally safe on the other side. The little deer looked up at Tinku with grateful eyes and the whole jungle erupted in cheers. Tinku's bravery and cleverness had saved the day. The storm began to fade and the animals gathered around Tinku, realizing just how important he was to their community. With the storm over and the baby deer safe, peace returned to the jungle. The animals settled down, feeling grateful for Tinku's quick thinking and courage. The big tigers who had once teased Tinku now looked at him with respect and admiration. The jungle felt different now, more united and full of hope thanks to one tiny tiger's big heart. Big tigers approached Tinku, their heads bowed in apology. They realized how wrong they had been to judge him by his size. "Sorry, Tinku," they said sincerely. "You may be small, but you are very smart." Tinku smiled, feeling proud but also humble. He knew that true strength came from within, not from how you looked on the outside. Tinku looked at the other animals and shared a lesson he had learned. "Size doesn't matter, courage and thinking do," he said with a smile. The animals nodded, understanding that everyone has something special to offer no matter how big or small they are. From that day on, Tinku's words became a motto for the whole jungle. Animals decided to give Tinku a new name to honor his bravery and intelligence. From that day forward, he was known as Tinku the Tiger with a big brain. The name made Tinku beam with pride and the other animals cheered for their new hero. Tinku's story became a favorite tale in the jungle, told to young animals as an example of courage and cleverness. To celebrate Tinku's heroism, the animals threw a big party in the heart of the jungle. There was laughter, music, and plenty of delicious food. The monkeys danced, the birds sang, and even the big tigers joined in the fun. Tinku was the guest of honor, and everyone made sure he knew just how much he was appreciated. After the adventure, Tinku felt more confident than ever. He realized that his size didn't limit him, instead, it made him unique. Tinku started to take on new challenges, always thinking creatively and leading with kindness. The other animals began to look up to him, seeking his advice and following his example. The jungle animals became closer after Tinku's brave act. They learned to appreciate each other's differences and work together as a team. Whenever a problem arose, they remembered how Tinku's creativity and courage had saved the day. The jungle became a happier, safer place for everyone. Life in the jungle returned to normal, but Tinku's days were now filled with new adventures. He explored the jungle, helped his friends, and continued to learn new things. Tinku's curiosity and determination inspired the younger animals who wanted to be just like him when they grew up. Whenever an animal needed help, Tinku was always the first to offer a solution. Whether it was finding food, building a shelter, or solving a tricky problem, Tinku used his intelligence and kindness to make life better for everyone. The jungle animals knew they could count on him no matter what. Tinku became a role model for the younger animals in the jungle. They watched how he handled challenges with patience and creativity. Tinku always encouraged them to think for themselves and never give up no matter how tough things seemed. His story inspired a new generation of brave and clever animals. The jungle animals began to value wisdom and kindness as much as strength. They learned that everyone has something special to offer and that working together makes them stronger. Tinku's story became a lesson in the power of courage, intelligence, and friendship. Tinku's curiosity led him to discover new things every day. He explored hidden corners of the jungle, learned about different plants and animals, and shared his discoveries with his friends. His love of learning made the jungle a more interesting place for everyone. Tinku's kindness and bravery earned him many friends in the jungle. From the smallest mouse to the tallest giraffe, everyone respected and admired him. The animals supported each other, knowing that together they could overcome any challenge. Tinku taught the animals that it's okay to make mistakes as long as you learn from them. He encouraged everyone to try new things and not be afraid of failure. This positive attitude helped the jungle animals grow stronger and more confident. Whenever a new challenge appeared, Tinku was ready to face it head-on. He encouraged the other animals to work together and think creatively. With Tinku's guidance, the jungle animals became experts at solving problems and supporting one another. Tinku believed that kindness was just as important as courage. He always treated others with respect and helped those in need. The jungle animals followed his example, creating a community where everyone felt valued and cared for. Tinku's big ideas didn't stop with the rope bridge. He came up with new ways to make life in the jungle better, from building shelters to organizing games and celebrations. His creativity made the jungle a more fun and exciting place for everyone. Thanks to Tinku's ideas, the jungle became a playground for all the animals. There were safe places to play, explore, and rest. The animals enjoyed their days together, knowing that their community was strong and supportive. Tinku's family was proud of him for his bravery and intelligence. They supported him in everything he did and encouraged him to keep dreaming big. Tinku's story showed that with love and support, anyone can achieve great things. Tinku's adventure became a tradition in the jungle. Every year, the animals celebrated the day Tinku saved the baby deer. They told the story to the young ones, reminding everyone of the importance of courage, intelligence, and teamwork. As Tinku grew older, he made sure to pass on his wisdom to the next generation. He taught the young animals how to think creatively, work together, and believe in themselves. Tinku's lessons helped the jungle remain a safe and happy place for all. Inspired by Tinku, the jungle animals began to dream bigger. They set new goals and worked hard to achieve them, knowing that anything was possible with courage and creativity. The jungle became a place where dreams could come true. Tinku's legacy lived on in the jungle. His story was told and retold, inspiring animals for generations. The jungle thrived, filled with brave, clever, and kind-hearted creatures who followed in Tinku's footsteps. Whenever the animals faced a challenge, they remembered Tinku's lesson: size doesn't matter, courage and thinking do. This simple truth helped them overcome obstacles and support each other no matter what came their way. The jungle became a place of hope and possibility. The animals worked together, supported one another, and celebrated their differences. Tinku's story was a reminder that anyone can be a hero no matter their size. Even heroes need quiet moments. Tinku enjoyed peaceful walks through the jungle, listening to the sounds of nature and reflecting on his adventures. These moments helped him stay grounded and grateful for all he had. The jungle animals never forgot what Tinku had done for them. They showed their gratitude by helping each other and keeping the jungle safe. Tinku's actions inspired a spirit of generosity and kindness that lasted for years. Tinku's story didn't end with the rope bridge. He continued to have new adventures, solving problems and making friends along the way. Each adventure brought new lessons and memories, making Tinku's life rich and exciting. Tinku became known as the jungle's hero. His bravery, intelligence, and kindness set an example for everyone. The animals looked up to him, knowing that true heroes come in all shapes and sizes. Tinku's story was shared far and wide, reaching animals in distant parts of the jungle. His adventures inspired others to be brave, think creatively, and help those in need. The legend of Tinku the tiny tiger grew with every retelling. The animals made a promise to always remember Tinku's lesson and to support each other no matter what. They knew that together they could overcome any challenge and make the jungle a wonderful place for all. Tinku dreamed of a jungle where every animal felt valued and safe. He worked hard to make that dream a reality, inspiring others to do the same. His dream became the jungle's dream, uniting everyone in a shared vision of kindness and courage. Tinku's actions left a lasting impact on the jungle. His story was a reminder that anyone can make a difference, no matter their size or background. The jungle thrived, filled with hope, courage, and friendship. With Tinku's example to guide them, the jungle animals looked forward to a future full of possibilities. They knew that with courage, creativity, and teamwork, there was nothing they couldn't achieve together. So, the story of Tinku the tiny tiger became a cherished lesson in the jungle. It taught everyone that courage and clever thinking are more important than size. Tinku's legacy lived on, inspiring animals for generations to come. The jungle was never the same, and it was all thanks to one tiny tiger with a big heart and an even bigger brain.